Hey, it's Lucas, and today we're going to be trying out this Lumiere Crumbled Lime 10. Before we get to looking at this, I just want to put this disclaimer here. YouTube, this is 100% legal medication. I'm not going to be showing the medication in this video. I'm not going to be medicating in this video. I'm purely just going to be talking about this medication. There is no need to age restrict this video. So this is completely brand new. I haven't seen anybody talking about this anywhere. If you have seen other people talking about it, please link me, because genuinely I haven't found a single video on this yet. In fact, the only thing that I can find on this strain is somebody on the UK Medical Cannabis Reddit made a post about 2 weeks ago saying that this was new and ready to be coming out, but they hadn't tried it yet. So jumping straight into this, Crumbled Lime I found is a strain, Crumbled Lime 10. I don't know where they're getting the 10 from, so if anybody knows what that is about, please tell me, because I have no idea. But Crumbled Lime is a mixture between Citron Cookies and Biker Kush. This is an indica dominant hybrid, which I wasn't expecting. I just assumed because it was lime that it would be sativa dominant. I always associate citrus with sativa, be that right or wrong, that's just what I assumed, but no, this is an indica dominant hybrid. This is what the packaging is looking like. It looks exactly the same as the mint sherbet that we had last month. I'm pretty sure that all the Lumiere products look the same, they've just got the strain name and the different cannabinoids listed on there. I'm super excited to get into this, so I'm gonna open the lid right now. I am genuinely really pleasantly surprised at that. Putting aside the plastic medicinal tub smell, there genuinely is a fruity lime smell to that. Super citrusy, really definitely dominantly lime. Little bit of cookie smell underneath that's pretty much dominated by the plastic tub smell, but limey, definitely limey. That is really fucking good for medical. Genuinely was not expecting that whatsoever. I'm gonna give that a 7.5 right out of the gate for the smell. Moving on to the looks, I haven't yet recorded the short as I'm recording this, but if you go to the link in the pinned comment, that'll show you the flower. Looking straight down into the tub, these are decent sized nugs, not massive, but not majority smalls, I can say that for sure. This bud genuinely looks incredible. Honestly, after the disappointment of last month from my first prescription, it all looked pretty shit, let's be honest. You can go back and check those out if you want to, but this is the first pot that I've opened from this month, and if the quality is like this for all of the strains, then this is genuinely, I would go as far to say, looks, maybe not smell, but right now for looks, this looks better than most of the black market that I've had. Genuinely, if you go back and look at all the strain reviews that I've done, 99% of them are black market, go look at all those. This flower, this is genuinely really good. I'm going to give the looks a 9. I can't give it any less than that. I am so impressed. I'm not even kidding. This is actually my honest reaction. I'm super excited to try this now. As I took a nug out to grind it, then I did find a Boveda pack in there, which is consistent with the other lot of Lumiere that I had. The nugs are nowhere near as spongy as the mint sherbet, but they're still a little bit spongy. No bounce back when I squash one down. I feel like a couple of weeks in a glass jar would be so much better than having it in a plastic tub, so I just can't wait to transfer this into a jar and see how it ages. I put 2 of the very small nugs in there and it's ground down to be quite fluffy. In the grinder it looks mainly purple with bits of light green in there, still looking very good. The smell broken down for me seems to open up a bit more of the Biker Kush and a bit less of the citrus, which is not really my preference. I prefer a lot more of the citrus limey side to the cushy side, but it still smells really good. Some of the lime is definitely coming through a bit more, but just bit more Biker Cushy when it's broken down. The way that I like to medicate for my daytime strains is starting at 160, getting a few flavorful hits with not much vapor, and then consistently stepping up the temperature by 10 degrees every time my vape vibrates. I know that this is an indica hybrid, and I should have done my research before ordering this strain because I wanted it to be a daytime strain, but I'm going to try it out in the daytime anyway. Hopefully it will lead me to being more relaxed and maybe not as energetic as I might like, but not putting me absolutely to sleep in the middle of the day. When you start out at 160, the flavor is really subtle. It's almost like drinking lime flavored sparkling water, where I'm assuming that you know what sparkling water tastes like. It's just like, it tastes like static, and then if you put a flavor in there, lime in this case, it tends to be quite subtle and it's not very forward, so it's basically a hint of lime. That's what I'm getting from this. It's slightly sweet, more florally, and to me it tastes like kind of like lime soda water in a way. If you let the flavor sit at 160 to 165, like I said, it is lime soda waterish, and then it's like lime soda waterish. That was watery and waterish at the same time, and then it's kind of, it evolves into, I think it tastes like a chocolate lime at the minute, which is not a bad thing at all. I like chocolate limes, they're not my favourite thing, but I wouldn't say no to one. Right now, between 160 and 165, I'm getting florally chocolate limes, that's what I'll say. When you boost the temperature to 175, that subtle liminess is brought to the forefront. It's a lot more zingy. The smooth aftertaste of chocolate limes is definitely there, but immediately as you exhale, the lime is a lot more forward, a lot more flavorful, and a lot more vibrant. As you increase the temperature of your vape, it seems to increase the zinginess of the lime. All the time though, after the zinginess fades away a little bit, it's almost like, I know I said chocolate lime, but it's giving me, it's not minty or menthol in any sense of the word, but it's giving me buttermint vibes with the creaminess of it. It's kind of like a chocolate lime mixed with a buttermint. Zingy, creamy, a little bit floral. My only complaint is that it's not terpy enough. The flavours aren't strong enough. It looks great, it smells great. I just wish that the flavours were more prominent. The flavour seems to be staying pretty consistent as I up the temperature. From 160 now to 210. The only difference really is that the liminess is getting zingier. I don't know if I'm really wording this right, but yeah, the lime is always there from the first hit to the last hit, but at the lower temperatures, it's more of a sweet floral lime, and then as you increase the temperature, I do it in 10s like I said, but do it however you want. As you increase the temperature, it just seems to get zingier and more prominent. The liminess, I can feel almost like, imagine you've just drank some American style lemonade, and I say that because the normal lemonade that we have, the fizzy stuff, it doesn't taste like that. It tastes like the tart American style lemonade is the only way I can think to describe it. Kind of like zingy, and I can feel it in my mouth, and the word that I want to use is puckered, but I don't think that's right. It almost feels like when you've had something sour, but it doesn't taste sour. Like I said, I would describe it more as zingy than sour, and the zinginess increases as you increase the temperature. And also the floralness is there throughout, and the creamy buttermint slash chocolate lime type flavor is still there, but it feels like as you increase the temperature, the lime flavour becomes more dominant than the creamy floral flavour, which to me, I much prefer the zingy lime flavour to the creamy floral flavour. I know I say creamy flavours are my preferred, but fruity creamy together is perfect for me. I haven't had too many strains where the flavour gets better as you increase the temperature. At 210, I would say it's not as nice as it was at 185, at least I would say, but then at 185, it's nicer than it was at 160, so just pick whichever temperature you like the flavour best, I guess. Or if you're like me, you can just enjoy the entire course of the flavour as you up the temperature. Moving on to the effects, I would say that I think that I can feel both sides of this. Around 175, I was hit with full body relaxation that I first felt in my shoulders. Felt really, really good. I could feel it behind my eyes, and I still can. It felt like this was going to be pure knockout strain for me, but now, after 5-10 minutes, I definitely still feel my full body relaxation. That feels great. Right now, my arms feel really floaty. My arms haven't felt floaty like this since I had jelly breath before Christmas, I think that was, and that was great. So yeah, this feels very similar to the jelly breath relaxation. My arms genuinely feel like they're made of helium, and if I don't hold them down, they're just going to carry on floating. Alongside the body effects, I can feel it behind my eyes, and I say this because I know this is a hybrid, but it feels like almost like a muted sativa. When I smoke a good sativa, I feel it behind my eyes, almost like a burning sensation, not like a painful one, but my eyes feel really, really hot, and my head feels like a balloon on a string when I smoke a good sativa. But this, I feel like warmth behind my eyes. It's not heat, but it's warmth, and I feel like I could talk for hours, you know, if I was with the right person and we were talking about the right things. I feel like I could be just quite happily sat down shooting the shit with somebody for a long time, maybe playing a game, chatting away. this feels, to me, I don't want to say balanced, because definitely the indica / relaxation side of it is heavy, but it's not completely making me feel stupid. Like, my mind feels surprisingly clear, but not, like, I feel medicated, but I don't feel overwhelmed by it. A couple more capsules and I feel like I definitely would be flying, but just one is good, I think, probably for an afternoon strain. It is currently 2:37 p.m, so I don't feel like I want to go to sleep, but I also don't feel like I want to do anything. I can see me using this probably when I get home from work around 8:30ish, and then just relaxing, winding down, and falling asleep eventually. So what are our thoughts on our first look at Crumbled Lime 10? Looks, I'm gonna give them an 8.5, maybe even a 9, because, like, to me, it just looks really good. If I got this on the street, I definitely would expect to pay just as much as I'm paying for it medically. £7.50 a gram for this, I think, is really, really good. So £7.50 times 28 is £210, so this would be a £210 ounce on the street, and I don't know if I would have much trouble paying that, you know, just based on the looks and the smell. I probably would go for it. Looks, I'm going to give them a 9. I never go this high for looks, ever, but definitely I'm going to give it a straight up 9. Smell of the whole nugs, I'm going to go 7.75. I think after a couple of weeks in the jar and out of the tub so that the smell's got time to marinate, it's going to be probably even a straight 9 again, but right now, because of that off medical-ish smell that it has to it, I'm going to give it a 7.75. Ground up, I'm going to stick with 7.75 because, again, the lime is limier, but the kush is also cushier, so it brings it down and levels it out. 7.75 on the smell. Taste for now is just going to get a 7, and I mean just. I'm debating giving it 6.9, but I think I'm just going to keep with the running 7s because it's alright. In fact, I would go as far to say that it's pretty good, but it just feels muted. Like, it needs to be stronger, and I feel like it could be stronger if whatever they're doing to it medically wasn't done to it, you know? It's a good flavour. It's not my favourite flavour in the world, but it's good, and it could be better. It just feels like it's a bit stunted. 9 for the looks, 7.75 for the smell, 7 for the taste, and 7.5 for the high right now. I feel pretty good, but the high doesn't particularly feel special right now. Maybe if I smoked a little bit more, or if I just give it some time, it'll be better, but right now I just feel just good, you know, not amazing. I definitely don't feel bad, but I just feel okay. So the high, again, just a 7 for now. So my first impressions of the Crumbled Lime 10 from Lumiere are really, really, really good. I am going to give it an 8 so far. I'm so impressed with the looks, like, genuinely. I haven't seen weed look this good for so long. I feel like for me, granted this is only my second medical prescription, or not really my second if you want to count when I was with the medical cannabis clinic 2 years ago, but, you know, since coming back to medical, this is only my second prescription. My first one, I was so let down. I genuinely thought that I had made a huge mistake, but this has just redeemed it. I feel like this should set the standard. All medical flowers should be like this and better. Anything less than this is just, it shouldn't be. At £7.50 a gram, I would say that this is about mid-range in price. I think the lowest I've seen is £5.50 a gram, and the highest I've seen is the, I don't know, I think it's like Canopy. I think that's like £127 per pot or something stupid like that. I don't know, I just pulled that number out my arse. It could be something different, but it's like 120 something. £75 for this is not bad at all. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see the full review of this in a couple of weeks' time, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. Peace.